Morning, everyone. There's many places that we can all invest today, but I bet many of you don't know much about TimorLeste. So let's have a look. So our company, we're an exploration company, solely focused with a high level of conviction with onshore oil and gas. Now, Timor-Leste has been a turbulent country. Many of you would know it from Indonesian occupation. Today, it's stable and it's approachable. It's open for business. Heineken went in there and they built a beer factory, and the Hilton have just put up a brand new hotel. It's not the place that many of you could imagine. So for us, we signed 2 production sharing contracts. Our partner is the national oil company, TimorGap. TimorGap have been heavily involved in the offshore production in the Bayu-Undan field. They are working with Conoco, working with Osaka Gas, Woodside. There's a number of companies that they've been working with. Onshore, we are their chosen partner. We're the only company in the world today that has the rights for onshore oil and gas. So where is Timor? It's a 1-hour flight from Darwin. There's 22 flights a week. It's an hour away from Indonesia. Now, the prospectivity is not what we're talking about today. We're not asking, is there oil or is there not? I even brought you a sample here so everyone can see that it actually exists. We've done exploration in country for the last 3 years. It has a source, it has trap, it has charge. You can see here in this picture, it seeps to surface. In our permits, which we have 2, they're 2,000 kilometres squared. We're on the coast and we have 30 locations where it's seeping to surface. You can see in the picture here the migration. So when Indonesia occupied the country from 1972 to 2000, before the country became a democracy, there was some drilling that was done. 12 wells were drilled, 4 had oil discoveries. But you can see from the picture there that it's migrating, the oil. They drilled into the seep and they didn't drill on structure. What we've gone in and completed is the seismic. We've integrated all of the technology today to be able to see historically what they did and integrated that with the new seismic. What's shown up is very attractive. So the Lafayette Prospect is what we are going to be drilling. Now this is 2,400 meters deep. The opportunity here is into the Triassic rocks. If you know about those source rocks, you know how attractive that is. That's what the Bayu-Undan field drilled into. That's what ENI is drilling into in the Sunrise. This is a large structure, 9 kilometres wide. The best case is 58 million barrels. How much does that cost to drill, you're asking? $4 million. Onshore, around 22 days, it will be done. Why we want you to consider coming into Timor-Leste is that the nation today, it's stable. We are allowed 95% of every barrel to be able to recoup our costs from exploration and appraisal. We have a 30-day approval process. That allows us to put our export plans in, our drilling plans in, and we're approved. The country is ready to see some progress and to have the discoveries and the production. But I'm sure you probably wouldn't expect, after looking at all this prospectivity, that we could turn this onshore into production for export inside of 18 months. Well, we can. This is an analogue with the Isle of Seram. It shows that the source rocks are not dissimilar, and Seram had the Osceola field and the Buller field. Our data tells us that we have 9 potential fields in our permits. Free cash flow. Everyone wants to know how much they will make. There is 700 million to 5 billion that can be generated from these onshore permits. Why so much? It's low-cost onshore drilling. The land is flat and accessible. These are the milestones that show what we need to do to be able to drive the value up. The drilling campaign is the first major step that we need to make. When we set out to do the seismic, we had a budget. We performed it inside of the budget. We hired 225 local people. BGP ran the contract. No harm, good data, fast, effective, and efficient. This gives you an overview of where the wellhead is to the export point. It's 4 kilometres. Flat terrain. Jump over that. These people are willing and they're supportive. You can see here, these are the veterans and the leaders of the different council areas in our contract. We donated 1,000 soccer balls and united the contract area in a soccer competition. They're ready and they're interested to support our operations because it provides jobs. It provides a future for the country. Here's your police commissioner, who is very interested in the soccer balls. It's a Catholic society that is really welcoming. Now here's one that'll surprise you. This is the resistance leader. They've never supported a foreign company before, and they came out and publicly supported our company. These are the leaders of the National Oil Company. Young, happy, willing. This is a monthly meeting. You can see that it's not what you imagine. It's not difficult to operate in. This is a country that's ready for business. And the government have delivered the infrastructure right on track. They put a strategic plan together that went from 2009 to 2035. Now, in 2019, we are the beneficiaries in our contract area of the bridges and of the port. Here is the road. The freeway has been built. There aren't many cars, but it's certainly in place for when we need to move anything from the south coast right across. Now, this is what we're proposing to do. We're going to build a tank farm and we're going to pipe the oil from the wellhead to the field export point. The field plan has been drawn and costed. And again, it would surprise you at how affordable and how quick we can do this. With the Seismic, we came on shore at the port of Suai. We landed trucks and 16 20-foot sea containers as well as 4 40-foot sea containers through a barge system straight on shore. What we can do here is run an offtake hose straight out to an anchored point. Northern Oil and Gas have an FPSO ship in the sea, or we can just rely on off-takers who will come in and take it away. There's 12 refineries close to Timor-Leste. There's a lot of choice for light, sweet, crude. The geology is sound. We've had Santos, we've had Schlumberger, we've had a number of analysts look at the data and really consider what we have. The Seismic shows a picture that draws a correlation between what is offshore in the Triassic and what is onshore, again Triassic. We have Bikeki sand targets that have also shown up. These are shallower targets. All of this, though, you have a lot of competition here in the room who all want you to look at their Seismic. What I'm trying to show today is not only is it geologically possible, it's commercially doable. And as we are operators here who've done a lot of major mining projects, we know how to put the teams together to keep it on track and to run it on budget. We'd really like to have a talk to anyone who believes that they would like to be a part of a quick turnaround from explorers to producers to listed or to saleable. There are exit points. We're in booth 17. Thank you.